Hello students, observe this image and let me know your first thought on this. It is cellular jail of Kalapani. And observe this so-called image. The boycott of British goods refers to a movement where individuals and groups refused to buy or use the goods produced in Britain, typically as a form of protest or resistance. This boycott was often part of broader movements for political independence or social change aiming to exert economic pressure on the colonial power. Observe the picture. You will come to know the importance of Swadeshi. And yes, today we are going to discuss about a flame of courage born in Bhagur. Imagine a young boy in a small village in Maharashtra from Bhagur, his eyes burning with dreams of a free India and his heart pounding with the rhythm of rebellion. And this boy born on May 28, 1883, near Nashik, who was none other than the picture which you are observing, Vinayak Damodar Savarkar, known to history as Veer Savarkar, a name that would echo through India's freedom struggle. His life was a saga of sacrifice, resilience, and revolutionary zeal, a story that not only shaped India's fight for independence, but also holds profound relevance for UPSC aspirants today. So let's dive into the inspiring journey of this fearless freedom fighter, poet, lawyer, visionary, and let's explore why his contributions are a must-know for our UPSC preparation. Let us understand the early life, the seeds of revolution of V.D. Savarkar, who was born into a Marathi Chitpavan Brahmin family, the second of four siblings. His father, Damodar Savarkar, instilled in him a love for learning, while his elder brother Ganesh ignited his patriotic fervor. Growing up in the tales of Maratha warriors and resistance against the Mughal rule, young Vinayak's heart was set ablaze with anti-colonial statement. By his teenage years, he was already organizing his peers, forming the Mitra Mela, means a group of friends, in 1899 to spread the nationalist ideas among the youth. And this early spark of leadership would grow into a roaring fire later. At Ferguson College in Pune, Savarkar's revolutionary spirit flourished. Inspired by radical leaders like Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Lala Lajpat Rai, and Bipin Chandra Pal, where he met Bal Gangadhar Tilak in the Pune College itself, which embraced the Swadeshi movement, famously burning the foreign goods in the bonfire of Dasra in 1905 to protest the British economic exploitation. His boldness earned him the title Veer, means brave, a prefix he later adopted in his writings. So for UPSC aspirants, this phase of Savarkar's life highlights the importance of understanding the socio-political movements of the early 20th century, such as the Swadeshi movement, which are the key topics in the modern Indian history under GS Paper 1. And observe the slide here. The Revolutionary Abroad, London and the Free Indian Society. In 1906, Savarkar's journey took him to London to study law at Grant's Inn, supported by a scholarship from Shyamji Krishnavarma, who was the nationalist who ran India House, a hub for Indian revolutionaries in England. For from home, Savarkar's resolve only strengthened. He founded the Free India Society in 1906, rallying the Indian students to fight for complete independence through revolutionary means. Inspired by Italian nationalist Giuseppe Mazzini, whose biography Savarkar wrote, where he advocated for armed struggle and guerrilla tactics, a stark contrast to the moderate approaches of the time. His most audacious contribution came in 1909 with his book, The Indian War of Independence, 1857. Savarkar was the first to reframe the 1857 Sipahi Mutiny as India's first war of independence, highlighting the unity and bravery of Indian soldiers against the British rule. Banned by the British, the book was smuggled across the Europe by revolutionaries like Madam Bikaji Kama, an inspiring personality, a generation of freedom fighters. So for UPSC candidates, this work is critical for understanding the historiographical shift in interpreting the 1857 revolt, a staple topic in the UPSC syllabus. Savarkar's connections with India House also led to his implication in the assassination of British officer Sir William Hutchinson by Madan Lal Dhingra, whom Savarkar mentored, showcasing his role in radicalizing the youth. And Savarkar's revolutionary activities made him a target. In 1910, he was arrested in London for his role in anti-British conspiracies and extradited to India. In a dramatic episode, he attempted to escape while being transported through France, but he was recaptured. And in 1911, he faced a trial and was sentenced to 2 life terms, that is 50 years, in the notorious cellular jail Kalapani in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. There, the conditions were brutal. Solitary confinement, forced labor, inhuman treatment. Yet, Savarkar's spirit remained unbroken. He wrote poems and essays on the jail walls, smuggling ideas to keep the revolutionary flame alive. And during his imprisonment, he penned Hindutva, who is a Hindu, in 1923, articulating the ideology of Hindutva, which defined Indian identity as rooted in the cultural and spiritual heritage of the subcontinent. And this work laid the foundation for modern Hindu nationalism, a topic of the debate in UPSC GS Paper 2 under Polity and Governance and under GS Paper 4 Ethics, Integrity and Aptitude, where the questions on nationalism and secularism often appear. Savarkar's time in Kalapani also underscores the sacrifices of freedom fighters, a theme that resonates in UPSC essay topics on resilience and leadership. Released unconditionally in 1924 and confined to Ratnagiri, Savarkar shifted focus to social reforms, believing that a free India required a reformed society. He identified 7 shackles, being Hindu society, like the rigid caste systems, untouchability, restrictions on interdining, intercaste marriages, occupational limitations, safeguarding the prohibitions and barriers to Vedic rites and reconversion. And his campaign against untouchability and revolutionary, he built the Patit Pavan temple in Ratnagiri, which was open to all Hindus, including the Dalits, earning the praise from Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who compared his work to Lord Buddha's. Savarkar championed the rationality, dismissing the superstitions like cow worship and advocating for scientific temperament and modernization. He believed Indian cinema should inspire the national pride and urged the youth to embrace the era of machines to compete with the West. And these ideas are highly relevant for UPSC aspirants, particularly in GS Paper 1 under social issues and GS Paper 3 science and technology, where the questions on social reform, caste dynamics, and scientific advancements are very, very common. And he, a part of Hindu Mahasabha, developed a political vision oriented surrounding around the Hindu Mahasabha itself. From 1937 to 1943, Savarkar served as president for the Hindu Mahasabha, advocating for the Hindu Rashtra, means Hindu nation, and militarization to strengthen India. And his controversial stance on aligning with the Muslim League in 1939 to form coalition governments in provinces like Bengal and Sindh reflected his pragmatic approach to counter the British rule. However, his opposition to Quit India movement in 1942, fearing it would weaken the India's defense during World War II, drew the criticism. And these political maneuvers are crucial for the UPSC's GS Paper 2, where understanding the coalition politics and ideological debates is essential. So Savarkar's vision for a united, inclusive nation, as expressed in the 1939 Hindu Mahasabha addresses, the emphasized reconciling Hindu-Muslim differences with a common constitutional framework. And his ideas on Akhanda Bharat, undivided India, and Dharvapasi, reconversion to Hinduism, continue to influence the contemporary political discourse of India, making them relevant for UPSC current affairs and essay papers. Savarkar's life was not without controversy. His Hindutva ideology, clemency petitions during imprisonment, and alleged links to Mahatma Gandhi's assassination, where he was acquitted due to lack of evidence, that is a separate story, that have sparked the debates. Yes, his contributions redefining the 1857 revolt, inspiring the revolutionaries, and pushing the social reforms remain undeniable. So in 2002, the Port Blair Airport was renamed Veer Savarkar International Airport, and his legacy was celebrated in the films like Swatantraya Veer Savarkar, which was a very recent movie, got released in 2024, directed by Randeep Hooda. And this is what the relevance to the UPSC, which can be considered as a rich material. Savarkar's contributions are particularly relevant given the recent UPSC trends. In the UPSC 2024 prelims, the questions on the freedom struggle emphasized the lesser known figures, and Savarkar's role in Abhinav Bharat and Hindutva has appeared in past mains papers as well. So with the 2025 UPSC cycle, we can also observe the aspirants where they should study this multifaceted contributions to tackle the questions on revolutionary movement, social reforms, and ideological debates, especially in the point of mains examination. And his story also inspires the perseverance needed to crack the UPSC, one of India's toughest examinations. And we can say this life journey of Veer Savarkar is a beacon for aspirants, because Veer Savarkar's life is a testament to courage, intellect, and unrelenting quest for freedom. For the fiery youth of Mitra Mela to the visionary reformer of Ratnagiri, he left an indelible mark on the India's history. So for UPSC aspirants, his story is not just a chapter in history, but a source of inspiration to think critically, embrace the challenges, and contribute to a stronger India. So, my dear students, as you prepare for your UPSC examination, let Savarkar legacy ignite your passion to educate and inspire your audience, just as he ignited the nation's fight for freedom. Thank you.